This is Chef Charles. We're gonna make some sweet baby ribs today. I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. We're gonna be doing some baby back ribs today. These are pork baby backs. Spare ribs are a little bigger. This recipe will work just fine with spare ribs as well as beef ribs, but you want to give it another 35-45 minutes in the oven because they're a little bit meatier. I like a little better. I think they're a little softer and they have more fat content, which breaks down and makes it real nice and soft and easy to eat. And there's plenty of fat on these, so I like to remove the membrane. It really doesn't eat well. It's like silver skin on a steak. I mean, all fat is delicious, but this is just not a fat that you really want on it. It makes a huge difference. It's very easy to take off. You can start by kind of grabbing it in the corners on either side, and all you got to do is just peel a little silver skin off, just like that. And all this fat is very good. We're going to keep all that. That's good stuff. Sometimes it'll give you a hard time, but just have some patience with it. It will peel right off. Get a dry paper towel that has more grip to it. This is just gonna help you grab onto it. You can try to get it with your fingers, but you know, it just kind of slides off, so this dry paper towel really helps. So you just grab it, peels right off. A little bit extras on there, we're gonna leave it, it's all good. Now we're just gonna season these guys, throw them on the grill. We're gonna come back inside and put it in the oven for about 3 hours, get it real tender, break it down, and you'll see that result. At the last 10 minutes, we'll put some barbecue sauce on it. It'll be really good to go. A lot of people use binders or whatever. You don't really need to. There's plenty of fat and juices to stick this seasoning onto. So I'm just gonna kind of make a mess, get it everywhere. Season both sides. You want both sides to taste good, just like emerald. I'm not gonna put too much on the bottom, right? I don't want it to puddle up. I really want the meat to be flavored, not necessarily the parts that you don't eat, which is the bottom. So I want all these pieces to be seasoned. We're gonna come back, wrap it up, and finish it. Alright guys, we're back outside on the grill. It's nice and hot. Give it a quick brush. You always want a clean grill so it doesn't stick. A clean grill is a happy grill. We're gonna hit some olive oil. This is gonna help it not stick as well when it gets really hot. So I'm gonna start this side down first. See how it smokes? That's because that oil we got on there. Careful if you have an open flame grill. Just make sure you got a squirt bottle of water beside you, just in case it does catch fire. You want to put it out, right? Cooks are also firefighters. So we got the grill on high right now. The hotter the better. You don't want to really cook it on the grill. We're just kind of giving it some nice grill marks and some stability. So that looks really good. I'm not gonna go all the way with it, right? I'm just kind of starting it, get some nice color on there. That's it. I do like to cook it longer on this side, so some of that fat renders out a little bit more, because we're basically gonna be braising this in the oven. You know, a lot of people undercook the ribs. They don't wrap it, they just leave it on the grill for a few hours. The technique with these ribs, smoke it first and then wrap it, so it basically braises in its own fat. It's like a pork confit, but not really. All right, we're almost done with this bottom side. We don't really need to cook it too much. We're gonna pop this back on that dirty pan. We're gonna wrap it and put it on a clean pan, because if I was to wrap it and put it back on this pan and pop it in the oven, I'd spend, 10 minutes scrubbing it. I don't want to do that. So work smarter, not harder. Grill's off. I'm gonna clean this. Clean the grill while it's hot. There you go. Let's go inside. Hey guys, we're back inside. We got these ribs grilled off, smelling amazing. We're gonna wrap these guys up, pop it in the oven for 3 hours at 290 degrees. That's already preheated and ready to go. This is how I like to wrap ribs. A lot of people just use foil. I don't really like that. I've seen plenty of aluminum foils stick to a lot of food, potatoes in particular. They don't really stick to ribs, but I don't like to take a chance on my health. I'm not gonna be weird, but it supposedly gives you Alzheimer's. Foil's a little safer with the paper. So I'm gonna go onto the paper, right, with the foil though, because that foil helps that heat. So sides in, one side, then another side. And I got this clean pan right here. I don't wanna use this pan because if I was to use the same pan, you'd see all this oil, seasonings, pork fat, all that would burn in the oven and then I'd have to clean it. I don't want to clean it that hard. I just want to kind of scrub it, be done. Perfect wrap right there. Same thing. Paper foil, lean side down, so face down, sides in, tuck it in, ready for bed. Now this is going to sleep in the oven for about 3 hours. We're going to let it rest for 10 minutes-ish. We're gonna unwrap it, flip it back over, put some really good barbecue sauce on there and broil it. You'll see that process when it's there. All right, we're gonna cut and roast some cauliflower in the oven, real easy. I got this washed off. We're gonna take the leaves off, cut it, season it. We're gonna cook it in the oven. Start by going around. Take these leaves off. Now you can see kind of the stem of it kind of goes in. So I'm going to work my knife all the way around it so I get these pieces off. So just going to kind of then you're left with this little Christmas tree. You can save this for cauliflower puree, vegetable stock. It does work really well with cauliflower puree, but I don't have time for that. I'm not making it. Just gonna throw that away with the stems and the leaves. I'm gonna cut down the bigger one, so this guy, I'm gonna cut in half. Same with her. Now all this is gonna get seasoned. Right on the sheet pan. Olive oil, salt, garlic powder, paprika. That paprika really is perfect on cauliflower. It's not too spicy either. You can really do whatever you'd like. This is what I like to do at home. That's it. We're gonna bake it off for about 20 minutes at 290. Usually I do 350, but we got the oven on at 290 already. So it'll kind of cook, and then when I'm ready to eat it, I'll broil it for about 2 to 3 minutes so it gets some really good color on it. You'll see that result when it comes out. So this is gonna go right in the oven just like this. We're doing some collard greens now. To start, I have 3 bunches of collards, very nice, beautiful collards. I got an onion, bacon, chicken stock, pepper vinegar, classically southern, and apple cider vinegar. First, I washed them just with water. I soaked them, kind of massaged it a little bit, get all the dirt out, strain it. So with these, very simple. You want to kind of pinch it, right? So you take the stem, pinch it right there. Just take that stem off, and we're gonna save these. Do not throw them away. So I'm gonna go through all of them, pinch it, stem out, leaf right here, repeat the process. We got the stems right here. We're not gonna throw these away. What we're gonna do, we're gonna take them all out. So if you took a guess, these take longer to cook. So what we're gonna do is give ourselves a head start on these. We're gonna cut them really small. So I'll take them into manageable piles, just like you're dicing anything else. Line it up very nicely. Take your knife. You're just gonna go along. Just like that. Maybe I'll split this up, work a little faster. Very good. I'm gonna do my onion, the basic size. I like to go around the onion, just easier. Doesn't have to be a brunoise, just a small dice. Even a larger dice will be fine. We're gonna cook this for about an hour or so. Even those big pieces will shrink. Try to use as much of the onion as you can, down to the very last piece. Making a little bit of a mess here, but hey, we're cooking food. I know it seems like a lot of onion. All this is gonna cook down. You're not even gonna know it. Okay. Probably won't use all this too, but it's nice to have diced onions in the fridge to have extra. Gonna need another bowl. There's a large onion. I'll probably only use this. This will be saved for plenty of other things for onions. I just wanted to go ahead and dice the whole thing. Okay, nice bacon. Just gonna cut it into lardon pieces. You know, just strips. If you were to use a ham hock, which I prefer, I like to just throw the whole ham hock in there, caramelize it, and it kind of breaks down and shreds. This is also a lot easier, and you get a really great result from it. From the smokiness, all the fat really just sticks to the greens. It's delicious. It's perfect. Perfect amount right there. Okay, I'm gonna clean this up. We're gonna start cooking. All right, we're gonna do the collards now. Just a little olive oil. You don't really need too much oil in here, but I like to start with just a little head start. Our bacon's gonna go in. Okay. Flat wooden spatula. A recipe like this is perfect for it. Okay. The reason why you want it flat, if anything sticks to the bottom, you can easily get it out. That fond on the bottom of the pot is the best part of the pot. Turn my heat down just a little bit. Not like a medium. I started with the high heat. Gradually lower it. Started hot to kind of start it. With these first three ingredients, we're gonna go pretty hot. Got the onions and the stems, right? So we're gonna cook this just like we are the bacon. It's gonna get really, you know, a nice deep caramelization, and then when the greens come in, we'll lower the temperature a lot. A good way to not stick on the bottom too is water. But I really like the stuff on the bottom of the pot. I'm not afraid of that. If you want to be foolproof, you could do a little bit of water, but I don't think it's necessary. You really want to see this foam right here? That's how you know the fat is rendering out. And it's going to get crispy and fully caramelized. If you don't see that fat, keep cooking it. That foam really is what we're looking for. So once you have these crispy pieces, so you like to kind of fry it in their own oil. See that foam? All those little bubbles. I'm gonna go in with my stems that we chopped. I can turn my heat up just a little bit, as well as my onion. I'm gonna go right in. That's half of an onion. Half of a large onion at least. So see, the bottom has that fond right there. That's what we want. And these onions and stems, they're gonna peel that fond right up. As well as the vinegar and the stock that we put in here. It's gonna deglaze the pan beautifully. See, I didn't even need to do that. See how the bottom is just perfect? Nice and clear. Smells incredible. And we're gonna cook this real nice. Got 4 cloves of garlic right here going in the pot. Almost forgot the best part. This is on about a 6 or a 7 on a stove. Say that's medium-high heat. So we created another fond. That beautiful brown stuff on the bottom of the pot. We're going to deglaze the pan and that's going to come right off. You don't want to keep the fond on there for too long because it'll burn and be a little acrid and burnt. It'll be bitter. You don't really want it to be bitter. You want it to be nice and caramelized and good and delicious and have depth of flavor. We want the depth, right? So your indicators, when this is done, you want to have the onions nice and, you know, sweated down and, you know, not much juice is coming out of them anymore. You want the stems to be a lot softer than they started to begin with. We're getting close on the bottom. That's just probably as dark as you want to go. And everything's nice and sweated down. So I'm going to turn the heat down just a little bit. Okay, so we're going to do about half of a cup of apple cider to begin with. Not too much. What I really like about this is the pepper vinegar. That's a really classic flavor for collards. See how we just clean the bottom of that pot? Chicken stock. Gonna do a couple cups of this. With the collards, take a handful. Just cut it in half with your hands. Right? Like the big pieces. They're gonna cook down anyway, so you're good. You wanna make sure there's no giant pieces. Like I said, this is gonna cook down a lot. We're gonna pop a lid on it and we'll see it in about 45 minutes. All right, it's been 30 minutes. It's smelling very good. You can tell we reduced a lot of weight and moisture. Still has another about 30 minutes, 20 minutes. You can stop it here if you'd like. I like it to be just a little bit softer, so I like to go for about an hour. Some people like to do just 30 minutes, some people go 2 hours. I like to go kind of right in between those. I don't like it too soft, I don't like it too tough. So I'm gonna take the lid off because we got a good amount of pot liquor in there, as the Cajuns say. But I'm gonna take the, like I said, I'm gonna take the lid off. We're gonna keep it for another 20-30 minutes. It's gonna be good to go. All right, so we've gone for another 20 minutes. That's looking really good. I'm gonna keep it just like that. My food's gonna be ready in about 40 minutes. All I'm gonna do is keep it on as low as possible. Keep it warm on the stove. They'll be fine for hours, honestly. So that's just gonna sit back here. I'm gonna do everything else. All right, we got the ribs pulled out of the oven. We let them rest for about 10-15 minutes. We're gonna open these bad boys up. Still nice and hot. Then we're gonna carefully transfer this over onto this pan. We're gonna sauce it and put it in our broiler in the oven. Every oven has that setting, just broil it. So, just gonna gently roll it over. These are real nice and tender, so all this pork fat is gonna go right in that barbecue sauce. I can tell how tender these are. I mean, I could just, you know, lift it up. I don't want to tear it up too much. We'll tear it up whenever we get that sauce on there. So, real gently. Ooh. Yeah. Good amount of sauce on here. Would have been a good idea to put parchment paper down, but I'm gonna try not to burn it so I don't have too much big of a mess to clean up. So here we go. It's gonna take about 2 to 5 minutes, and then we'll do it one more time. Do one more little quick sauce. We're good to go. You can really do whatever barbecue sauce of your choice. I make my own. It's kind of like a southern style recipe. Just gonna make sure it works all in those crevices. Okay, a couple more minutes and we're good to go. The ribs out of the oven. Only took 2 or 3 minutes. It's still really hot, so I'm gonna let it cool down a couple more minutes so I can cut them, and then we'll eat it with some cauliflower, collard greens, and some pasta salad from last night. And we'll do a little pull test, see how tender they are. No bullshitting. Let's take one of these guys over to the cutting board without it falling apart. Ooh, see? You can barely pick these things up without it just falling apart like butter. Woo! So just a little rib test. See, that just falls right off. That it just melts in your mouth. Woo. So I'm gonna portion these guys out. Really trying hard not to just let them fall apart. But if you can tell, I mean, they'll just, that's money. All right, shout out to that cracker guy, okay? Look at that. That's a perfect rib. You know, you can portion it, and then when you want to start eating that just falls right off. That's a perfect rib. You can go a little longer if you want it softer, but if you get it any softer, when you pick it up, it's just gonna fall. You know, to each his own with taste, but I really like this recipe. I hope you guys like it. Let me know what you guys think if you guys try this at home, and enjoy.